man from Cali, Colombia, and playing in the left this afternoon in Toluca, in La Bombonera, for his team. So as everybody checks in, Cristóbal García, Alex Cruz, Christian Valdez, let's go Toluca, Philip Conway, I love Liga MX in English, well thank you. Paul Wisniewski, I hope I said that right, love the English feed, Pedro Perez, let's go Puebla. So Alex, everybody getting in touch, everybody having a blast, and everybody checking in with us at the moment on Facebook Live.
Yeah, Santiago Hernández, saludos desde... To put the cross in the box, looking for Uribe or for Canelo. The ball took a dangerous path and almost surprised Moises Muñoz there, but it ended up in nothing. Fortunately for Puebla.
Yeah. Here's Luis Garcia, of course, with Alfredo Talavera's injury. He's got to pick up the slack for his team. Where are you watching the game? Please let us know. Ruben Sambuesa in between three defenders. You're Ruben. Ruben still on his feet, brought down. No foul. No foul given by Oscar Macias Rocco. Rojas opens on the right. Crossing midfield now is Puebla. Paco Torres. Arrugo. People watching us everywhere, in Las Vegas, in North Carolina. The shot off the volley, that'll be wide, but Puebla was the first opportunity, and they're going to have to try these type of plays. It'll be hard to infiltrate a very well defensive side of Toluca, Alex. They're going to try the long-distance shot.
Yeah, no doubt. That should be one of the ways for Puebla to try and create danger on Toluca's box. Also, corner kicks and free kicks, because those might be the best ways to go for Puebla if they're looking to score today against Toluca. Now, we say that Rafael El Chiquis Garcia's destiny hangs in the balance, not only because they're dead last in this tournament, but also because next week there aren't any games of Liga MX because of the FIFA games.
Sure.
So that gives enough time for the new manager, if he comes, to work with the team and to prepare for the next game. That's the main issue and problem for Puebla. That's what León did with Torrente. They lost last night against Santos, and they fired Torrente, knowing that they have 2 weeks to prepare and to work with their new manager.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Los Esmeraldas didn't waste any time, did they? I mean, the game ended, the guy went to do his press conference, and then after it was announced, he was done as the manager of León. Ball played into the box, who'd even looking for it. He's not going to get there. That's well defended and opened up by Jesus Escobosa. So guys like Rafa Garcia, I'd like to see the decision as well from Atlas of Guadalajara with El Profe Cruz. I mean, that is a team, Alex, who's battling relegation as well. So you're absolutely right. An interesting, essentially 15 days for a lot of teams if they'd like to make decisions, because of course the qualifying week of FIFA is upon us, and that is why the famous Fecha FIFA will cut into many, many leagues, most of the leagues, football leagues in the world.
Yeah, you have 2 teams that already made decisions because of the Fecha FIFA or qualifying week. Pumas with Paco Palencia and Torrente with León. So we'll see if Puebla is going to be the third team to try and make a move. But it all depends on the results here today, because if Puebla gets a tie or the win, then definitely things could change. Seems bad news for Toluca. One of their players is down, and
The hashtag is back, Alex. Hashtag UDN FIFA 18, Jesus Martinez. Well, that'd be great. How'd you like that, Alex, Marion, Ramses Sandoval?
Well, that would be amazing. It would be better for us than for... it would be better for them than for us, but anyway.
The Facebook Live play-by-play option on FIFA, that would be sensational. Curtis Billy, Oklahoma. Vicente Leiva, Dallas, Texas. Rodriguez Quincon, Columbus, Ohio. Roque Mora, Arizona. Frank Adam, Newport, Tennessee. Luis Cruz, Clearwater, Florida, and Chato, San Antonio, Texas. Wow, we're everywhere today.
Yeah, a lot of people from Texas. Stay safe everywhere.
Yes, absolutely. Agreed. Alyssa Hiru, Alabama. Abudesta, Bain, Minnesota. Christian Solano, Chicago. Jose Campos, Baltimore. Danny Contreras, Washington. We're literally everywhere today. We thank all of you guys for being with us.
Coast to coast.
Yes. Dozen of minutes played. 12 minutes of action from La Bombonera. Now, still 0-0. Match day week 7. Toluca and Puebla going at it. After a sensational Saturday of football of Liga MX, of course, last night we had for you on Facebook Live, Tigres of la Universidad against Lobos. That was a fun game, a 3-2 win for Los Tigres. Morelia took down America. Necaxa took care of business against Atlas. Cruz Azul and Monterrey, that was a fun one.
Both still unbeaten.
Yes. Santos picked up the first win of the season for them. Alex spoke about it. They defeated León and took Torrentes' job with them. And Chivas of Guadalajara, Alex, the champion, still has not won in this Apertura 2017.
Yeah, as we have the second booking for a Puebla player, now it's El Pato Araujo. And this isn't good news for Puebla because you have a center back with a booking, and now El Pato Araujo, who is a midfielder, who is in a lot of contact with the ball and with the rivals on the pitch, trying to get the ball back every time, having to play with a disadvantage of a yellow card very early on, is certainly not encouraging for Puebla.
Agreed. This matchup alongside with Pumas tonight as the header is well taken and Moises Munoz gets to it, bottom left corner. Moy Munoz, corner kick Toluca.
Yeah, I think it was a nice header there by Salinas. Didn't have a lot of power, but Moises Munoz got there first. And we have the first corner kick of the match. And it's for Toluca. Canelo and Uribe are in the box.
Sure. And the former Portland Timber, Rodrigo Lopez, is going to take this. Look like a set-piece play. First pole, well defended. And from the back, Antonio Rios looked to win it. 15 will have the throw-in off the right, quickly taken. Asking for it was Maximiliano Berg, the man from Paysandú, Uruguay, and a former Peñarol man. Reaching the 15th minute mark in this first half. Toluca, Puebla, 0-0.
Talked about the slow start for Chivas in this tournament. Chivas, who is the champion not only of the league but also of the cup, could end up being dead last after 7 weeks only if Puebla manages to get at least a point out of this game.
That's a good point. Ball comes in. Boy, Munoz gets there. The shot! It's going to be off target, but Moises Munoz coming off his line. Carlos Esquivel had an opportunity off the left volley, but it's going to be off target.
Yeah, Carlos Esquivel didn't manage to have good contact with the ball there. Should have been a lot more dangerous than it was. I wouldn't talk about a clear chance for scoring, but should have made that. Should have made more with that. Carlitos Esquivel
Oscar Macias. Romo putting some order. Here's Efrain Velarde on loan from Rayados of Monterrey and a product originally from UNAM, from Pumas. Velarde. Rubens on the wall pass. Looks long, is long. Hugo Rodriguez defends it and will just watch his back. At the end of the day, it'll be a throw-in near side for Los Camoteros.
It's funny how Toluca looks like two different teams when they play at home and when they are away from La Bombonera. They are unbeaten here in this turf with 2 wins and 1 draw. But then when they go out, things happen like what we saw in Monterrey last week. Toluca needs to show another face than the 4-1 loss, very costly loss against Rayados.
Here's the opportunity for Puebla off the right side. Looks like it can be good. The shot is saved by Luis Garcia. Felix Micolta went all the way down the man from El Charco, Colombia. Was close just like that off the breakaway.
Yeah, if you're Toluca, this is what you can't do. You're in control of the game. You have possession of the ball. You look like the more dangerous team on the pitch, but suddenly Felix Micolta gets away and finds himself with the clearest opportunity of both teams we've had until now in the game. Great stop and save there by Luis Garcia, who is proving to be a good goalkeeper.
Ball comes in. It's too easy for Luis Garcia, the goalkeeper of Los Diablos Rojos of Toluca, who's going to come off his line quickly, looking to make something happen. Look like a foul is a foul, but it's going to be for Los Diablos Rojos of Toluca, and I agree completely with you. We'll look at the replay. The defending is not the best from Maximiliano Parg. Of course, he has to be careful, Alex, because he was in the box. Could have been a penalty kick, but Felix Micolta, quick as could be, an agile striker for Puebla.
Yeah, Parg, a new player for Toluca, who is just trying to catch up to the rest of his teammates in terms of rhythm. So that might not be the last play he suffers throughout the game.
Predict the score.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Toluca should end up winning this game. But you know Liga MX, anything can happen. We're talking about Luis Garcia, the young Mexican goalkeeper for Toluca, has a golden opportunity to try and make name for himself in La Liga after Talavera is out from injury. These are the type of opportunities that soccer and life gives you. You need to take advantage of them.
Jesus Martinez asking, who do you think will be the champion for this season? Alex, a question for you.
Well, there's only 3 teams, I believe, that have what it takes to win the championship. I'm talking about Monterrey,
Agreed.
Tigres, and América. Monterrey, Tigres, and América. No one else. Absolutely no one else.
I agree with you with 2 of those. Monterrey and Tigres. And I'm going to throw a wild card at you, and you may think I'm crazy. Kerwin Sambuesa with the ball can go right if he'd like to. He does. Finds a man in Los Diablos Rojos with 20 minutes gone looking for it. Carlitos Esquivel drops it back and is going to find Rodrigo Lopez. Mexican-American midfielder for Los Diablos Rojos of Toluca. Started his career in 2005 with Chivas USA. Cruz Azul.
No chance. 0. I don't believe they have a chance. I mean, I think
somehow, some way.
And they're still undefeated, by the way.
They are.
But they don't give that sense of an undefeated team. I mean, they tie more than they win, and for me, they're closer to losing than to winning their game. So
they are talented.
They have good players.
So that could be something that.
But if you're gonna pick a wild card, I would go first with Pachuca, then with Cruz Azul.
There you go. Tell us what's your wild card on Facebook Live. Leo Sanchez says, America, no. Here's Micolta. Well, Felix Micolta, I don't know what he was waiting for. Had the one-on-one matchup against the goalkeeper, Luis Garcia. Puebla is not going to get many of these, Alex. What a miss from the Colombian striker.
Yeah, they're not going to get many, and they've had two. And they've managed to miss both of them. Felix Micolta should have tried the strike earlier. He had a one-on-one against Garcia, but then a great defensive play also there by Rios, who ended up pushing Micolta away, and then Garcia also with the save. But Toluca has the ball, no doubt. They have possession. Puebla, though, is a team that has created the two more dangerous opportunities we've had in 20 minutes of play.
The shot, and it's Moises Muñoz. Corner kick for los Diablos Rojos of Toluca, but 22 and change into the game. It picks up some ball, and here's a shot.
By Ruben Zambuesa. Nice shot, nice save too by Moises Muñoz. He didn't complicate himself, he just gave the corner kick, and Ruben Zambuesa is going to put it in the box.
Rubens fumble put in the box. Not the best contact in the header. Looking to get there was Pedro Alexis Canelo. And again, it's Maximiliano Berg losing the ball on the defense.
Yep. He isn't at his best, and it's only natural. He is a new player on the squad. He just got to this team, and when you're trying to find your rhythm, one of the worst places to do it is precisely in Toluca because of the altitude.
Yeah.
It takes some time to get used to the altitude, to your new players, to your new teammates, and to your new team.
And of course, Toluca, one of the teams that has held on to their home game time, if you will, for a long time, as long as I could remember, Alex. Essentially that 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on a Sunday morning. Another team that comes to mind is Pumas, of course. But as you say, it's tough climate conditions for the visiting side.
Yeah, climate conditions and also the altitude. They used to play at 11 a.m. Eastern time a long time ago. But now,
I mean, this has been their time since the Cardoso days, huh?
Yeah. Midday. Local time.
Off the end line, that ball is saved by Alexis Canelo, but nobody's going to get to it. It's going to go off the near side. It's going to be a throw-in for Puebla. A tough time that comes to mind, of course. That team has changed the time that they play at home. But do you remember, Alex, I'm sure you do, the Estadio Corona, 4 o'clock on a Sunday. Adomaitis, Borghetti, Pony Ruiz team. That was tough to go. It was almost impossible to win in those days in Torreon.
Yeah, and they've got a marvelous new stadium, one of the best in the country, but it's not the same. Not the same. It doesn't give away that, because in the other one, you have the fans just so close to the field. They're close to the field now, by the way, in La Bombonera. It's a stadium that keeps the fans very close to the field. Very different from what we see in other stadiums like Ciudad Universitaria, for example, or the Aztec Stadium, where there is a lot of distance and space between the people and the field.
It reminds you of an English football venue.
Yeah, no doubt.
Very, very close to the corner kick area, of course, to the coaching areas. But it's a beauty the way that this Bombonera Nemesio 10 venue has been remodeled. Ball played in, going for the ball, and the keeper was Oscar Rojas. Defending was Efraín Velarde.
This Toluca institution celebrating 100 years of life.
Yeah.
And they did it by remodeling the stadium and by playing against Atlético de Madrid. And now they need to have a good season. And if Toluca is serious about getting good results and getting important things in this tournament, they need to start by beating Puebla, who is right now dead last in the tournament at home. It would be inexcusable not to.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. You're at home. You have to capitalize. 27 minutes gone just like that, 0-0 so far. A good negotiation for La Franja del Puebla. And not only that, Alex, they've had a couple. Felix Micolta has had a couple. And not just opportunities, I'd say extremely good chances. And here he is again looking for it. Here's the former Once Caldas man from La Liga de Colombia. Micolta has to pivot, turn, and find a man at the best first touch control in the center section by Marugo. He's dispossessed. He has it again. Looks to switch the pitch. He will. On the near side. Unorthodox move, but Torres gets there in time. Paco drops it back, and Puebla looking to have some type of possession football.
Yeah, Puebla has had a couple of opportunities with Felix Micolta, but there are also a direct consequence of two big mistakes by the Toluca defense, and I'm talking specifically about the Uruguayan Berg, new player on the squad. They haven't been able to capitalize, and as you said, they're not going to have a lot of those throughout the game, so they need to take advantage of the few they do, and they haven't so far. But if I'm Hernán Cristante, I'm definitely worried. Seems like they're under control, and suddenly Puebla has the capability to create danger for Toluca.
And that's got to be worrisome. The fact that Puebla can create a couple of dangerous plays in your home. Rodrigo Lopez, opening rights. Sambuesa. Here's 14. Finds his left boot. Working its way central. Lifts his head. Chips a ball up top. Was looking to find Velarde. Just a bit long. It is long, and it is going to be a goal kick for Moises Munoz and company.
This is a replay of Garcia covering that ball from Escobosa. And then that little push that the referee didn't see. A tie would certainly be a good result for Puebla, although it doesn't help much, but tying against Toluca in Toluca is always going to be positive. On the contrary, for the Diablos, they need to get a win. Any other result is going to be a bad result for them if they don't get the 3 points out of this game today.
Agreed. They're at home. They certainly are the favorite, and they're facing off against one of the worst teams presently in Liga MX. 30 minutes gone. Sambu wants it. He gets it. Goes into the box. Well defended by Zamora. Going right was Rodrigo Lopez, but not the best pass. Given away, it's going to be a throw-in, and it is going to be executed by Eric Pimentel, defender on loan from Las Águilas of America.
Rubén Zambuesa playing with the freedom that Hernán Cristante usually gives him. He started off playing on the right side, and that's where he's playing now, but you can certainly see him on the left. Or Ruben Sambueza, when he has the ball in his feet, sometimes centralizes his attacks. He's a very smart player, knows exactly what to do with the ball, great vision. And all his teammates usually look for Ruben Sambueza.
Shot is going to be off target. Not that time from Toluca.
Need to find more clarity on offense. They have possession, but they haven't been able to create the danger that Puebla has. Move the ball around, try and find the space. It's not going to be easy for Toluca, and it's only going to get harder if they don't score first and quick. We have some of the results, final results from this week 7. Tigres with the 3-2 against Lobos. It's fun to watch Lobos play. León with the loss, Torrentes out. Morelia beats America 2-1. Necaxa, who beats Ramses Atlas 2-1 as well. And Chivas with the 0-0. If Puebla manages to get a point here, Chivas will be dead last. If Puebla loses, then Puebla will be last.
Of course, Alex's Rayos of Necaxa taking down my Atlas last night. I'm glad we didn't have any type of little wager. Best thing from Atlas last night, their uniform. I liked it.
The green one. Yeah, I liked it as well. Such an important victory for Necaxa, especially considering that their next game is against Rayados in Monterrey.
They've looked good, at times really good, under Nacho Ambriz. And on the other side of the coin, after this play, Velarde will have the shot. It's deflected. But on the other side of the coin, like you look at Atlas, who got up to a rocking start, 2 wins. And here, in that third match day, is where everything fell apart. They were up 2-1 on Toluca, 82 minutes in, lost that game. Then they lost against America with that fiasco of a penalty kick from Caraglio. Then they lost against Cruz Azul. They picked up a tie against Lobos, and yesterday again, losing to Necaxa. But, I mean, that is dangerous territory. They are essentially dead last in the relegation table with Veracruz.
Yeah. And a lo Atlas, because they don't play as bad. I mean, I think they deserve more than they have. Some ties should have been wins like the Lobos one, for example. I mean,
that's unbelievable.
You're playing with 10 guys and you manage to score, and then 2 minutes to go, you lose your focus, concentration, they tie it up with 2 minutes to go. Crazy. But yeah, that's Atlas.
Against America, Las Águilas pick up a red card around the 60th minute. It's a penalty kick. It's a dream scenario. It's the classic penalty kick, score it, and leave the adversary a man down. Well, they miss it. And then America wins on a penalty kick on their own, essentially, in stoppage. Ball comes in, Bicolta! Felix doesn't get there in time. Luis Garcia gets there in time to hook that ball and keep it with 34 minutes in, still a 0-0 game.
But I like what Puebla is doing.
Well, there you have it. Should Rafael Garcia Chiquis, the manager of Puebla, be sacked with a loss, Alex?
I think he should. I think even though they do not have the most competitive team in Liga MX, I mean, if there is a perfect opportunity to sack your manager, it's now. If you're going to make the decision, you have to make it after this game, because of the 2 weeks you have in front of you with no games to work with your new manager. And there's a lot of rumors, by the way.
I want to hear those in a bit. Felix Micolta drops it back and finds a man. And now in the center section is Patricio El Pato Araujo, the captain and a product of Las Chivas of Guadalajara. Here's Araujo again, has a man wide open on the right. He goes inside, looking to pivot and turn is Jesus Escobosa, who's on loan from Xolos of Tijuana. A long ball on the right, brought down first time, well played, back into the P. The shot is taken first time. Maximiliano Berg was there to deflect the cannon shot from Oscar Rojas. Talk to me about the rumors, Alex.
Well, there's a lot of talk around this Puebla team. If they end up losing today and if they end up sacking Rafael El Chiquis Garcia, it is said that Tomás Boy would make his comeback to Liga MX with Los Camoteros.
Any word on, and this is a man who has a ton of history with this franchise, but Alex, you are so submerged in the Aztec Football League. Any word on it, Chelis?
Well, he's actually the second option. So, Tomás Boy is, I would say, the strongest candidate to take Rafael Chiquis Garcia's place. And then the second strongest candidate would be a Chelis. So, it's basically between those two.
Well, if you're a Puebla fan, and I'm sure there are a ton watching us on Facebook Live, tell us who you think should be your new coach. Here comes the ball up top. The header's going to be up target. No disrespect to Chiquis Garcia, to Rafael Garcia. Who would you like to be a coach if you had the option to change the managerial position for Puebla? Mike Wiggs, Carlos Roman, Chris Burns, Christine Dubois, Robbie Dunford, Nena Queen, Vamos Puebla. Robbie Dunford.
Should have been a goal there for Toluca. I mean, Uribe could have done a lot better, and that's sometimes what is questioned from Uribe. After Triverio left the team, all the offensive responsibility of scoring, there's a foul there. No play for Puebla. So all the scoring responsibility is now on Uribe after Triverio left. And those are the types of plays, the one that we just saw, that you need to just put in the net.
I don't know that was a foul, Alex. And just like that, it could have been a great opportunity for Puebla. Who's watching us on Facebook, Alejandro Berry?
Tino Flores, Arnulfo Pérez, Robbie Dunford, Esmeralda Méndez, Manuel Paz, Chepe Mora, Teodoro Gómez, a lot of people. Alex Augustos, Philip Conway, Gio Solis, George Balas, James Murphy. A lot of people in touch.
A ton of people enjoying the broadcast.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Of course, you could get in touch with us. Official Rams is the URL on the Facebook page. Alejandro Berry 99.
Alejandro Berry 99.
Correct. There is the bench of Diablo Rojos warming up. They may have an opportunity to come in and make a difference.
Well, they have Barrientos. They have Mateo.
They have some talent.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Yeah. Well, Centeno is the goalkeeper. Rojas, Goncalves, and Barrientos.
Micolta, Alex, Micolta, yes! Third time is a charge for Felix Micolta! Goal! And you might want to hold off on the coaching change. Felix Micolta with a sensational goal coming in, winning the backside of the Toluca defense. Alex Berry, believe it or not, 39.5 into the first half. Puebla is up on los Diablos.
It was just too much. He forgave the first. He forgave the second. Wasn't going to do it on the third. Puebla was being better than Toluca, more dangerous than Toluca. It's clear to me that right side of the pitch for Puebla, it's been basically a freeway for them. Micolta has done whatever he wants during this first 40 minutes, and Puebla scores first. Puebla is winning the game 1-0 against a Toluca that hasn't done much to try and score first.
That's the MX for you. Alex warned us as Kibil drops it back, and what I mean is that anybody can beat anybody on any given day, on any given Sunday in this situation, because it is Diablo Rojos of Toluca playing at their home on a Sunday, on a Domingo. Velarde dropping it back. Maximiliano Verga goes right and finds Rodolfo Salinas, a former Atlas defender, played back inside for Efraín Velarde. He was dispossessed. Puebla wants it back. They're going to get it. Felix Micolta has it. Finds Marrugo. Marrugo has to drop back, pivot. Backside turn to offense. Paco Torres and now Oscar Rojas. A long ball. Control in the back easily and comfortably for Peñarol defender Maximiliano Berg. Antonio Rios going inside. And now on the right, given away right back to Carlitos Esquivel. Toluca has it, chipped up top. And Alex, the fact that Micolta goes, hugs it out with Rafael Garcia at least tells you one thing. There's still a strong bond between Puebla, or at least certain players of La Franja and their manager. And that has a degree of importance.
No doubt. It definitely says something. He went with his coach, Rafael Chiquis Garcia, gave him a hug, celebrated with him the goal. And it was a clear message to the fans and to everyone saying that this team is with his coach until the end. And the best way to demonstrate that is on the field, and they're doing it right now with the 1-0 win.
It's still early, but what a win! What a win and golden set of 3 points if they're able to pick up the win. Now, this is an excellent finish from Micolta.
Yeah, no doubt. And then underneath the legs of Berg, who hasn't had a good game at all. And you have to wonder, because the 3 clear opportunities and chances that Puebla has had in this game, another yellow card, by the way, and this one is for Zamora. So 2 defense players on the Puebla side are booked, Rodriguez and Zamora. In the midfield, Araujo, 3 yellow cards, all of them for Puebla players.
And I wonder if Rafael Garcia is going to look at this at halftime. The worst thing that can happen to Puebla is for them to pick up an ejection, a red card, especially being up 1-0, Alex. And let's face it, 2 out of their 3 central defenders, 2 out of their 5-man backline already booked. Santiago Garcia, Berg, Lopez, Salinas, Micolta's there. Here's Felix. That Felix Micolta, crafty, cheeky from the Colombian. Opens right, yes. Finding Cristian Marrugo. Played back for Micolta. And Micolta won't get there. Marrugo looking to play that ball inside to the Colombian. Not that time.
But all the Puebla attacks are on that side of the pitch, on the right side of the pitch. The 3 plays that Micolta had, including the scoring one, was precisely on that side of the field. A lot of trouble for Berg, for Velarde and Esquivel, who sometimes goes on offense and doesn't come back on defense. A lot of space for Puebla, and Micolta is taking advantage of that.
That he is. He's capitalizing on the poor positioning from players at times, and as Alejandro just pointed out, Carlitos Esquivel being one of them, a guy who's sensational as an offensive player, but not the best defensive footballer. A man with over 380 games with Toluca, Esquivel. 44, almost 45, and who would have thought Puebla would go into halftime with a partial 1-0 victory?
Far from over, but this is what they wanted. And they're the better team, and they've done things well in this first half. They've created more opportunities, and now they're winning it, so a lot of merit to this Puebla 1-0 after 45.
The first half in its regulation is in the books. Puebla is taking care of business and taking down Toluca 1-0, and they want a second goal, and they're looking for it. Getting into the box, played in. That's going to be defended well before the opportunity was going to get there for the offensive side of La Franja del Puebla. Closing in with Antonio Rios. Corner kick on the left, and it's going to be executed by The product of Santos Laguna, Jesus Escobosa.
It's probably going to be the last day of the first half. Puebla could go up by 2 if they manage to take advantage of this one.
2 minutes of added time. No idea that time with the cross coming into the box. We have about 55 seconds to go in the first half.
What a blow for Toluca that has 3 games now without a victory. This was certainly a winnable game at home against Puebla, you would think.
Ball is played into the box, it's dropped down. There's no contact as Uribe was bringing it down for Alexis Canelo. Hernan Cristante more than likely will make some modifications. He will look to change things up. He needs to. He has the firepower in the bench, no question about that. And on the other side as well, Alex, Chiquis Garcia look to hold on. 47 minutes exactly, and that is the end of the first half as ordered by Oscar Macia Ramos. Toluca is down surprisingly on a Felix Micolta 39-minute goal to Puebla. Don't you dare go anywhere. We have 45 minutes of Liga MX in English on Facebook Live. Coming back for the second half alongside Alejandro Berry. I'm Ramses Sandoval. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be back. Puebla up on Toluca 1. We are back from La Bombonera, Facebook Live, Liga MX in English, Univision Deportes. And we're going to look at the highlights at Nevesio Diaz, Rafael Garcia, Hernan Cristante, the manager. Salute. 9 minutes into the game, La Franja would look to have the first opportunity. A shot from distance, off target, was the opportunity for Alonso Zamora. Not that time. 7 later, 14, Sambuesa puts it into the box, the header, and that is a sensational save from Moises Munoz, getting down low on the left side of his goal. 16 minutes. Uribe is going to chip this into the box that can pull. Moises Munoz gets there. Then the volley is going to come off the left boot of Carlos Esquivel off target, but los Diablos Rojos were close. 18. Felix Bicolta. This would be the first of danger for 10. Saved by Luis Garcia. 23. Toluca back on attack. Sambuesa pivots, turns, takes the shot. Well, save by Moises Munoz, 2 men that were part of Las Águilas of America in past days. 39. Ball played in. Felix Bicolta is going to get away from the goalie, take the shot in between the legs of Maximiliano Berg. He's onside. Takes off the goalkeeper. Excellent crafty play from the Colombiano, from the Colombian. Puebla surprisingly up on los Diablos Rojos on Toluca. 1-0. And that is how the first half would finalize. We are back for the second. We thank everybody that's with us on Facebook Live. Jesus Andrade, Albert Peña, Bernie Figueroa, Toluca, Yobas Cadena, Javier Franco, Michael Alexander, Rigoberto Ferrara, Puebla, Carlos Pérez, arriba Puebla, let's go Puebla, Leonel Ixtoayac, hope I said that right, 100% Toluca, Iván Reyes, Benjamín Leandro, Darío Hernández, Roberto Chapa, Gio Solis. Thank you, Gio. So a lot of people getting in touch with us, a lot of people enjoying the game, and we had over 5,000 reactions, nearing 300 shares, and of course a ton of views thanks to all of you. We had Lobos Buap against Tigres last night, and your doubleheader for the match day weekday 7 weekend is this matchup, precisely Toluca and Puebla. We are setting up and awaiting the permission and the ruling from Oscar Macias Romo to get the second 45 minutes underway of Puebla and Toluca. Toluca and Puebla with La Franja, the visiting side, surprisingly up on Toluca. And we are on with the second 45 minutes of this one alongside Alejandro Alex Berry. I'm Ramses Sandoval. Thank you so much for staying with us wherever you may be enjoying the game, on your laptop, tablet, mobile phone, synced into your television. Thank you. Alex, what do you expect in these second 45 minutes from both these clubs?
Well, I expect a different Toluca. Toluca is going to need to take some risks during the second half. We were talking about a tie being a bad result for Toluca. You can imagine what a loss against Puebla at home would do to the possibilities of this team during this tournament. Puebla has been better during the first half. Toluca needs to find this way, needs to find clarity. Ruben Sambuesa alongside with Uribe and Canelo. Great play there by Ruben.
Sambu's going to put it into the box. That's well defended and eventually take it away off the volley defensively by Jesus Escobosa.
And also the options that they have on the bench, coming off the bench. I mean, Cristante has competitive players, offensive players like Barriento, like Mateus, that he could use to try and change the face of his team, because they are losing a game that shouldn't even that they should definitely win. We have the first substitution of the match. Rodrigo Gomez comes in and Pablo and Lopez comes out. Barrientos in and Esquivel out. So 2 changes just like that for the Toluca squad. Hernan Cristante not happy with what he saw of his players during the first 45 minutes. Pablo Cáceres comes in the pitch for Puebla.
Wow.
Also another, so 3 substitutions in total for this second half.
Don't see this a lot at halftime, but both coaches making adjustments and looking to shake things up, Alex. Obviously, Chiquis Garcia, Rafael Garcia's goal, because he would love to leave La Bombonera tonight with 3 points in his pocket.
Oh, that would be ideal. Best scenario they could think of. I mean, for Puebla, just getting away with a tie would be a good enough result. Imagine what a win would do for Chiquis Garcia and the Puebla squad.
The ball's played in off the end line, played back. Moises Munoz is able to control that. Rodrigo Gomez,
the Argentinian. Midfielder for Toluca.
All changes made by this man trying to get his team back into it. This should be a exciting, a fun, a high rhythm second half of football, because Toluca surely wants to get back into the game, Alejandro. But I'll tell you one thing, if they get one back, they're going to want to win this one. After all, they will not be happy with the time.
Yeah, and let's not forget that we still have basically all the second half to go, so a lot of game to be played. And Toluca is going to be pushing, looking for the tie, and they certainly have the arguments to get the result.
Four gone in the second half. In the 7th match day of Liga MX Apertura Tournament 2017. Closing out this year.
So just to recap on the substitutions, on Toluca's side, Lopez is out and in came Barrientos. Esquivel comes off and in came Gomez. So those are the 2 substitutions Toluca does. And then on the Puebla side, out comes Rojas, in comes Cáceres.
There's your recap. Ruben Sambuesa is going to set up off his left boot to put this into the box for his team. An early goal would be the best case scenario for the Escarlata squad. Rodrigo Salinas. That's Velarde. He puts it into the box. There's a touch defensively by Alonso. Zamora Hugo Rodriguez had gotten there. He's playing buck. That's going to be a corner kick for Toluca. And who else to take it, Alex? Sambuesa. Sixth corner kick of the game. 4th for the home side. And here's on Rubens. That's a good cross, a header! And getting to the ball was Pedro Alexis Canelo. Wow! So close for Toluca.
Yeah, couldn't put it in Canelo. He didn't react fast enough. It wasn't easy after that first header. Trying to find what to strike the ball with. It was just too low to try and put it in with the head. Too high to try and strike with your feet. It was an interesting and dangerous play there by Toluca. Almost tied it up, but Puebla is still winning this game 1-0.
And Alex, who's watching us on Facebook?
René Mejía, Domingo Argüelles, César Castro, Francisco Hernández, Jaime López, Frank Flores, Alberto Cristóbal. Thanks for tuning in for this Week 7 match against Toluca against Puebla.
Cristian Marrugo dropping it back. A long ball played inside. Rodolfo Salinas can't get there before Brian Angulo does. He plays it into the box. Angulo wants it back. He's not going to get it. The turn from Escobosa. And the shot from Paco Torres off target and with no problem whatsoever. That's going to be a goal kick for Luis Garcia, taken quickly into the midsection of the box. Won by Toluca, but not before we heard the whistle of referee Oscar Rob.
It's interesting to me how Rafael El Chiquis Garcia decided to substitute Rojas for Cáceres when Rojas hadn't been booked throughout the first half. You have 3 yellow cards with Rodriguez, with Zamora, with Araujo, and none of them comes out the pitch for the first substitution. This is a Micolta goal. This is the goal that's been the difference for Puebla. I don't think the keeper is to blame here. I mean,
there isn't really many options for Luis Garcia, Alex. As the ball comes into the box, there is Garcia precisely. Not many options. He has to come off his line.
Yeah, and I believe, it was the third one-on-one of Micolta with Garcia. So Garcia was trying to reduce the space, trying to push Micolta to strike the ball as fast as he can with little angles. So I believe that it wasn't as much the fault of the goalkeeper as of some of the defensive players on Toluca. And I'm referring specifically to Perg, who hasn't had a good first half, nor a good game.
Kyle Ritchie answers, that was a nice move. Keeper had to come out. I love it. The analyzing already from our viewers on Facebook Live. I have to agree with Kyle on this one. Perhaps he could have held off, but Alex, you're absolutely right. It was a third one-on-one against the same player. He was trying to mix up his maneuvers, perhaps trying to take some concentration away from Felix Micolta. He was unsuccessful that time.
When you're one-on-one, you're trying to get quickly to the offensive player, to the forward, to the ball, trying to reduce the space, reduce the angle to which the forward can strike to goal. And it was a slick move there by Micolta.
Brian Vargas says Toluca is going to tie the game. Francisco Hernandez says Puebla is going to win today. So both sides of the coin are present on our Facebook Live English broadcast of Liga MX. Ramsey Sandoval, Alejandro Berry. An absolute pleasure to come on your airwaves in English.
Why would Cristante take Esquivel off? I don't know. I don't understand that substitution.
Sometimes you look at the moves from managers, and I agree with you, Alex. You don't understand some of the moves made. Perhaps in the head of Cristante, he has a plan, or he certainly looks at things in a different way. But from a tactical standpoint, I don't understand either. Salinas is going to put this into the box. Getting rid of it is Puebla. Very dangerous. Looking to get to the ball now is Cristian Marrugo. The man from Cartagena, Colombia, can get there. Sambuesa does, chips it up top. Headed away defensively from the back, quickly by Rodriguez. 11 minutes gone in the second half, and Puebla still up in La Bombonera. Can they pull the upset? We ask all of you guys on Facebook Live, and I ask you, Alex,
Well, they're on their way to. I mean, if I had to place a bet right now, I would say no. I'd say Toluca comes back. But we'll have to wait and see. As of now, Puebla's looking strong.
Seventh corner kick of the match. That was the fifth for Toluca. Sambuesa's going to curl this into the box. The header! Yes! Oh! Well, that didn't take long, did it? There it is. Maximiliano Berg, the former Peñarol Paysandú Uruguay man, makes this 1-1 with 57 minutes gone. Alejandro Berry, talk to me.
Maximiliano Berg, who had been actually one of the worst players for Toluca during the 60 minutes of play, comes with a great header. He's a defensive guy, but certainly knows what to do when with his head. Great strike there, impossible for Moises Muñoz. Puts it right near the post, and Toluca is back. Tied the game. Maximiliano Berg, after committing at least 2 or 3 mistakes in the first half, very costly mistakes for Toluca on defense. Now he comes back and says, I'm gonna tie it up for you guys in the second half with a great header, and Toluca is right back in it.
That they are. Sambuesa with a sensational feed. And Maxi Berg was never going to miss that opportunity. They want more. Here's Toluca. Rodrigo Gomez, the Argentine, drops back for another man from Argentina. From Mariano Moreno, Argentina, to be exact. Ruben Sambuesa. Velarde, 2 men into the box. Ball comes inside. Moy Muñoz is able to control it.
And that's the best way to come back from a bad game with a goal. We saw it actually last night with Atlas. Facundo Erben with the own goal, and then with the score to tie it up. Here, Berg with a bad game. 2 very costly mistakes for Toluca on defense. He comes back with a goal as well. And that's why he celebrated the way he did.
And Los Diablos want more. Chipping the ball up top. Not getting there was Fernando Uribe, who does get there and is looking to get rid of the ball is Francisco Torres. Paco.
It was important for Toluca to get the tie early on in the second half, because this ensures that they have still 30 minutes to go to try and find their way back and get the win at home against Puebla. So they can be a little bit more patient now in the look for that second goal, knowing that they have 30 minutes to spare.
Gone, 15 in the second half, 1-1. Anybody's game, but obviously Toluca on attack and dominating possession of the ball in Puebla's territory. Antonio Rios, here's the 28-year-old midfielder. Sambu gets there, but Torres with a good tackle. Here's Felix Bicolta, author of the goal for Puebla. Good turn. This could be it for Puebla. This could be it for Puebla. 3 attack to defend. Here's the opportunity. Bicolta. Man brought down the shot. Wide. But yet again, another great opportunity, Alex. They had the numbers, but Puebla, unable to make it count.
Yeah, and I think the referee called that foul on Berg, who did a good defensive play there, winning the position, putting his body between the ball and Bicolta. velocity is not his strength, but he knew how to use his body to block that attack on Puebla, who is still creating danger with Felix Micolta. Marrugo hasn't been in contact with the ball much, but Felix Micolta, boy, as he made some troubles for the defensive line of Toluca today. There you have Hernan Cristante, certainly worried, because every time Puebla goes on the attack, they create danger and chances to score.
La franja escobosa. Nothing from Jesus Escobosa. That time it is controlled by Garcia. And now Antonio Rios. Ruben Sambuesa crossing midfield, pivots, turns. Backside of his left foot, finds Rodo Salinas. Ruben Sambuesa. Rodo Salinas again. Yes, he has it on the right side. Can have a cross. He will. Looks long. Is long. Brought down by Velarde. Sambuesa with the shot. There's a deflection, and that is going to be a corner kick for Toluca.
It's just going to be too much pressure for Toluca. They have the ball. They have 30 minutes to go. They're moving the ball around, trying to find the space.
18 minutes gone in the second half. Brian Angulo all over Fernando Uribe on defense. That's the 8th corner, 6 for Toluca. Ball comes into the first pole, defended well on that same first post by Cristian Marrugo. And Rios drops all the way back for goalkeeper Luis Garcia.
Puebla's best bet, I believe, is to try and play the way they did it during the first half. Try and get a second goal, because if their bet is to try and hold on to the tie, I'm not sure they're gonna end up getting that point that they desperately need. Toluca has just too much offensive power, and if you give them the ball for 30 minutes, the pressure, I fear, is just going to be too much to take.
Maximiliano Berg was the man on the ground, injured after that contact with Patricio Araujo. You see on the replay as we are nearing 20 minutes of the second 45. Santiago Hernández, Gonzalo Arturo, Emma Albarrán, Rosa Bustamante, Edgar León, Sánchez Checo, Tito Ramírez, Santos Martínez, Vicente Fernández, Brian Vargas, everyone getting in touch with us on our Facebook Live page. Thanks for checking in.
Puebla with only one win in the season, and it was against Guadalajara. Quick victory against Chivas.
Ball chipped up top for Velarde. Efraín Velarde can't get there in time. It's off the end line. Goal kick, Muñoz and company.
And that victory against Chivas in Guadalajara is what has Chiquis Garcia still as Puebla's manager. Otherwise, he would be out by now. Toluca with 3 games without a win. 2 ties against Cruz Azul, Necaxa, and then the loss against Monterrey last week. We have a substitution for Puebla.
Francisco Acuña wearing number 8. Replaces the other Francisco. Francisco Torres wearing 28.
Yeah. Francisco Acuña. They still have some offensive players in the bench, like Jerónimo Amione or like Salom. Chiquis Garcia decided for Francisco Acuña Who is a interesting midfielder, by the way. Has some talent, has some magic in his boots.
Played in for Puebla, the good opportunity up the right, looking to get there in time was Cristian Marrugo, and the former Atlético Nacional striker can't get it on target.
Should have done better there with that strike. Way off target. But again, Berg gave too much space. Will someone win, or will it end as a draw? That's the question for all of you guys tuning in on Facebook Live. Will Puebla hold out?
At this point in time, the draw would be a sensational score given the circumstances and the situation for Puebla, but a long time still, Alex. We'll see if they can hold on.
Oh,
it's a man down. Oscar Macia Ramos won't book just yet.
They both went for the ball. No foul there. I believe the referee made the correct call.
Escobosa with the worst of it, but I agree with you.
So let me talk to you about what's next for these two.
Please do.
Puebla, after the Fecha FIFA week, will head on to a matchup against Cruz Azul. Puebla against Cruz Azul in week number 8. Be careful with this one. No offside.
Felix Micolta! Off his right boot, looks to place it second pole from Luis Garcia. Again, Felix Micolta, Alex, getting very well. His fourth opportunity on goal, perhaps?
Yeah, and I thought Luis Garcia actually touched that ball, but apparently he didn't. But it was another dangerous play there by Felix Micolta. He's had 4. He's converted 1.
Salinas was looking to get that. He couldn't get there in time. Puebla will be able to get rid of it off their box here in 70th minute in the game. A 1-1 game. Micolta can get to that. Ruben Sambueza has it. Drops it right. Finds a man. And there is Rodrigo Gomez, the Argentine. Works his way central. Has to backtrack. Still on the ball. Araujo couldn't take it away. The shot from Gomez. Wide.
So if this result holds, if we end up with the 1-1 tie, Chivas would be dead last in the tournament because Puebla would be 17th out of 18. 18th being Chivas. And then Toluca would make his way to the 6th place, which isn't a bad spot to be. So Toluca would be 6th with 10 points, and Puebla would be 17th with 6. Toluca would remain in playoff zone, but this is not what they want. They need the 3 points.
Diablos Rojos would remain in playoff contention, and just like that, it sounds like it's early to talk about it, Alex, but it's week 7. You're nearing 50% of the tournament. It's a 17-week tournament, so teams already begin to make their case to make La Liguilla, the playoff aspect of an apertura of the Mexican League. The ball comes inside. It's there off the ball. It could be for Francisco with the shot. Tried it with Francisco Acuña. Hugo Rodriguez. Acuña looks to get it first time. Look to chip it up top off the volley, but that was defended by Santiago Garcia. And Puebla recuperates it again from the back, and there is Alonso Zamora.
It seems to be like Toluca is vulnerable at back. I mean, every time that Puebla has the ball on offense, and they don't have much on offense, basically all they have is Micolta, but they still manage to create danger. And Toluca haven't been able to put out that fire yet. They have the ball for more time. They have possession of the ball. They seem to be in control, but every time Puebla manages to create an opportunity, they do so with a lot of danger. And they have some injured defensive.
Shot is saved, the rebound, it's in! Moises Munoz had the first time, but Fernando Uribe is there to book it. Goal! Toluca! 2-1 for the Diablos Rojos with 18 to go.
Uribe was there where he needed to be. That's what a good forward does. This is the play that ended up in the goal. Nice shot. A deflection there by Moises Munoz. And then comes Uribe with that great header to put it in the back of the net. Toluca comes from behind. They were losing this game. They tied it up. Now they're winning it. And everything back to normal. Moises Munoz to Uribe. And Uribe scored the second. Third goal of the season for him in 6 games. Fernando Uribe has Toluca winning this game 2-1.
And it's like, if Alejandro Berry read it out of a script, it is a 2-1 game. It's what you think would happen, Alex. And you look at Puebla, and you look at what's transpired, and you look at some of the misses from Felix Micolta, and to a certain extent, announced now Rafael Garcia has to make another change, and desperation will kick in for Puebla.
Yeah, so in comes Salom, the Argentinian offensive player. And he does it for Zamora, who is booked, by the way, comes out the pitch. And Carlos Salom, forward for Puebla, is in. He arrived from La U Española, Chilean football. And now for the Camoteros in a time of crisis. Let's see what he can do for his team, and especially for his coach, Rafael El Chiquis Garcia, who with this loss is in big trouble.
Yeah. Puebla was up 1-0 in the first half. Things look promising. They are down. You got to give Toluca credit of coming back and being able to revert the score. They've done that. We signed against Atlas in the third week. They were down 2-1 in the 82nd minute of the game. They came back not to only tie, but to win that game 3-2. They're doing it again, Alex.
Yeah. He lost a step there, but still, you can't not take advantage of these plays if you're Puebla. Corner kick, free kicks, just put it in the box, see what happens. Give your forwards a chance.
Toluca will be in Torreon next Sunday. After next, of course, as Alex said, we do have Fecha FIFA. We have a FIFA week, which means that football, league-wise, will take a break as a whole.
And then they will visit Torreon against the Santos that won for the first time in the tournament yesterday.
CONMEBOL, South America, CONCACAF, North and the Caribbean, as well as Central America. UEFA, and just like that, Alex, we're about 11 months away from Russia 2018.
Time flies by, right?
The shot! Muñoz is in the back. Fernando Uribe tried it. The man from Pereira, Colombia, and the former Millonarios attacker who has Toluca up 2-1.
But this is what we want to see from Toluca. Toluca needs to take more risks, needs to be more aggressive. They're winning the game. They have 2 goals. They need to look and for that third one, because I mean, if Toluca is destined for important and great things during this championship, you need to be a little bit more ambitious. Not if you're winning the game 2-1, you need to try and score the third, because if you don't, maybe Puebla finds the tie in any given play like they did in the first half.
That very may well happen, because this is still a 1-goal differential game with
the bet from Toluca needs to be finding the third goal instead of trying to hold on to the victory that they already have.
Ball is played inside. That's defended well by Pablo Cáceres. It was a dangerous low ball played into the box. There's Efraín Velarde, 12 minutes away from 3 important points. Would go into the pocket of the Diablos Rojos of Toluca, who were down at 1 point, 1-0 here against Puebla. The header! Second ball, looking for it on a rebound. Canelo. Moisés Muñoz. As Toluca looking to get that third goal. They're not pumping their brakes, just like Alejandro said, man down in the box. Nothing called by referee of the matchup, Oscar Macías Romo. There's Francisco Acuña. That's intercepted well by the backside of Toluca. Santiago Garcia with a crafty move. Goes left, finds Pedro Alexis Canelo. He's going to go on the one-on-one to Canelo Rodriguez. Canelo going to have a shot. Canelo has a shot deflected. And Sambuesa lets it go. Out of bounds.
Toluca has some important injuries on defense. And they also, this is a replay of the penalty kick they were asking for. It's an accidental play. But adding to the injuries, they also let go players like El Gondorero da Silva, like Jordan Silva to Cruz Azul. So, I mean, it was expected for the Toluca defense to be kind of wobbly for today's game, and they've been. They haven't been too solid, as Hernan Cristante gives some indications to some of his players. 10 minutes to go.
Close to 500 shares, over 1,200 comments, close to 7,000 reactions. Thank you so much for enjoying Liga MX on Facebook Live. Mauri Martínez, Donatello Valderas, Víctor Gómez, Brian Vargas, Roberto Ortiz Rey, Santiago Lemos. And others getting in touch with us on the social media platform. Rodolfo Salinas getting close to the end line on the right section of the field. Looked to put it inside. That was well defended. Closing in, Pablo Cáceres.
We're right at the end of this 3-game stretch during a period of 1 week.
That's right. The classic doble jornada, Alex, the midweek fixture, which
is really a triple jornada.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 10th corner, 7th for Toluca. There's contact. There's a man down as Pedro Alexis Canelo chases the ball. And, of course, Oscar Macia Romo will have to hold off so the Puebla player can receive some medical attention. It's a Venus Cobosa.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of contact.
Yeah. In his face should have been booked for that. This doble or triple jornada really gives you an idea of the level that each team has at this point in the competition. And it gives you an idea of what the different teams can do.
Sure. It's a parameter of...
It's a really important parameter, especially because it's mid-season now. It's not like you're starting off the season and things can go wrong. It's mid-season. You show your true colors in the triple jornada that is ending today. And this last result is very important for no other reason that this is the result that you're going to stay with for the next 2 weeks. So if it's a loss, tough 2 weeks you're going to have.
All played into the box, but Maximiliano got rid of it. Sambuesa has a man on the left, a man on the right, goes left, but that was well intercepted and defended by Hugo Rodriguez.
So we would only have one more game to go in this week 7, the Veracruz against Pumas match later this afternoon. And it looks like
Santiago Garcia will not be able to continue the product for Rosario Central in Argentina. It's not the first time. He went down a couple of times in the second half. Finally, I think.
Yeah, and you know, this is the risk of having made 2 substitutions during the halftime. You only have one more. So if there is an injury, like in this case, apparently there is, from Garcia, Hernan Cristante has just this one substitution left to try and close out the game and the victory as well, 5 minutes away from it. So Garcia comes off, but apparently he is going to... No, there is a substitution made. So Garcia comes out with the injury, and in comes Delgadillo. Juan Felipe Delgadillo, midfielder, 23 years of age.
Delgadillo, Rodrigo Gomez, and Barrientos were the 3 modifications for Cristante. Rafael Garcia also had Pablo Cáceres, Francisco Acuña, and Carlos Salón come onto the field. Nearing the end of this one, Alex, it could be the last minutes of Rafael Garcia at the helm of the ship with Puebla.
I believe they are. I believe this is the end of the Chiquis Garcia's era in Puebla. If the Toluca victory holds, I think this will be the last of Chiquis Garcia with La Franca. Will there be another goal in this match? That is the Facebook question for you guys to pitch in. I think we're going to see one more.
And if there is, hashtag Toluca, hashtag Puebla. That's a good question, because if it's a Toluca, go book it. It's in the books. But if it's Puebla, that can be a loss-saving goal. It could be a job-saving goal.
No doubt about that. Foul on Barrientos. Dangerous offensive play. Free kick for Toluca. Nobody is going to take that ball away from Ruben Sambueza, I believe. Unless
it's that man.
Gomez.
2 men on the wall for Moises Munoz.
Gomez and Sambueza.
This could seal the deal, the final results.
It's going to be Gomez, Sambueza. Referee stops the play. Rodrigo Gomez is going to take the strike for Toluca.
Gomez is going to have the shot straight to goal off target. Juan Ramirez checks in and says hashtag Toluca.
It was a corner kick, was it? Let's see if somebody touches it on the Puebla side. Yeah.
Wow. Eagle eye for Alex Berry, and you get it right. Juan Carlos Izquierdo asking us, Alex, why doesn't Rafael Garcia put in Jeronimo Amione, or better said, why didn't he? He can't anymore. Well, it was an option, but he went with whatever he thought he had. Sambueza off the corner, kick first post. Ball played in, a touch from Pedro Alexis Canelo, but Moises Munoz keeps it. 88 minutes. In the agony of this one, will Puebla rescue a monumental point today?
Seems to me like they deserved a little more out of this game after the very, very well played first half. They had 3 clear opportunities to score with Felix Micolta. Only made one of those 3. And that is what basically is costing them the game right now.
Ryan Angulo has a cross. Put it away defensively. Francisco Acuña brings it down, drops it down, chips it up top. Looked like a good ball. Felix Micolta couldn't get there before Luis Garcia. It's a Toluca ball with 89 plus gone from La Bombonera.
Luis Garcia has had a good season. After the Talavera injury, Toluca fans expected the worst, because it was one of their most important players, but Luis Garcia has stepped up. And I mean, yeah, he received 4 goals from Monterrey last week, but anyone who has a bad game in Rayados' home is going to be beaten badly. And that was what happened with Toluca. A bad night in Rayados Stadium, and it all could go very wrong very fast.
And you can ask Rodolfo Cota and las Chivas about that.
Exactly.
Another team that went down 4-1.
And it's serious teams. You're talking about Toluca and Chivas. I mean,
yeah.
So that's why the all-powerful Monterrey is scaring off a lot of the other teams in Liga MX.
I think they're setting up to be the number 1 favorite, Alex, to win the championship.
Yeah. And this is El Chiquis Garcia just losing it. He knows what's at stake.
Yeah.
And this could pretty be his last minutes as Puebla's manager.
3 minutes of added time. We will play until the 93rd minute of action. Ruben Sambueza sets up to put this into the box. Short, set piece play, back to Sambu. Back to Sambu. Rubens lifts his head, puts the ball in the box, and away by Hugo Rodriguez from the back. Played back inside. The opportunity is for Toluca. Salinas, Efraín Velarde. Never was going to get there. Moises Munoz did.
So Puebla, with this loss, is going to be dead last. And Chivas caught a break.
On a technicality, but you're right, Alex. Chivas does catch a break this time around. 91 and a half, 90 seconds to go.
So which of the goals was your favorite? That's the Facebook question. Just to close out this interaction between you guys and us.
You know,
Nicolta, Ferg, or Uribe?
I like Nicoltas.
I like Nicoltas as well. And it's amazing to think that the one he scored, I mean, he scored a goal and then he had exactly the same play 2 times again. Like he had the exact same play 3 times and he only managed to score once.
Our logo, hashtag Uribe. That down, the whistle from the referee. Carlos Salom called for the foul.
And I think that was it.
And I think that's going to do it, Alex. And Los Diablos Rojos of Toluca are going to pick up a winner. That's it. 93 minutes, 4 seconds. Toluca defeats Puebla 2-1, Alex.
Yeah, and not only that, Toluca now is 4th on the league with the 3 points added to get to 12 now. So Toluca is 4th and Puebla is dead last. And we'll have to wait and see what happens with Rafael El Chiquis Garcia, but things definitely not looking good for Puebla's manager after this 2-win loss against Toluca. They started winning the game with the Micolta score on the 39th minute, but then came Ferg and then came Uribe, and Toluca comes back and wins it 2-1.
That's going to do it. Thank you, Alex Berry. I'm Ramses Sandoval, Liga MX in English on Facebook Live. Toluca takes them Puebla home 2-1. We will be back after the FIFA break. Thank you, as always, Liga MX in English. Have a great Sunday. Facebook, take care.